Good afternoon. I am Anandakumar, Faculty of English and Soft Skills Trainer, working in St. Peter's Engineering College, Hyderabad. Well, we completed more video lectures for Advanced English Communication Skills Laboratory. And the continuation of my video lecture, I would like to post some videos for CRS session, that is Campus Recruitment Soft Skills. So, being a trainer, I would like to start my session with self motivation. In the sense, today our topic is self motivation. Self motivation. Once, if you say the term self motivation, so we can feel some vibration and some encouragement, and which gives or which represents some special force in our mindset to do certain things for the betterment of our life. So self motivation, it's a powerful slogan. If you say the term self motivation, which gives you the reply as I am your shadow, I am your well wisher, I am your energy, I am your encouragement, and most wanted ability in the competitive world. So, without self motivation, we cannot survive in this competitive world. So, self motivation, which is playing a vital role always in our day to day life, and the ability to motivate yourself to look after all the tasks along with the positive attitude in order to overcome all your fear, frustration, or any hesitation and obstacles. One who wants to taste the success, I mean the honey success, he must undergo a lot of practice with the thousands of shoulds will be converted into lakhs of must. Being the positive attitude person, you should not get the motivation. I mean, you should not only get the motivation from others, whereas you should be motivated yourself for achieving your goal without any delay or within the stipulated period. The young budding engineers or the young budding graduates who mention themselves as self-motivated personality in their resume or curriculum vitae in any difficult circumstances to complete the assignment for the enhancement of the organization. In such a way, they would like to mention or entitle the self-motivation in their respective curriculum vitae or resume. So, now we are going to see the topic elaborately. Before going to find the exact definition of self-motivation, I would like to give you the definition for motivation first. So, motivation is what pushes us to achieve our goals, feel more fulfilled, and improve our overall quality of life. So, the motivation which is being obtained by all for more fulfilled and some improvement in our day to day life along with quality. That is an essential one. So, now let's see what is called self motivation. Self motivation is encouraging yourself to continue making progress toward a goal even when it feels challenging. So, under any challenge or like any challengeable circumstances or situation or any complicated situation, we should not lose our self motivation, because once if you lose, then we are unable to achieve or get the success. So the topic self motivation, however it is, Far from simple, people can be motivated by many things, both internal and external. So here the motivation which has been divided, or I mean classified into two ways. One is internal and external. But here, most probably, I'd like to stress that motivation, which is being categorized, I mean, under the category of internal. So, what you are going to give, not what you are going to get. So, it is turning your shoulds into must, as I told you already. So, hundreds of shoulds will be converted into lakhs of must, or thousands of shoots will be converted into lakhs of must. So, um think the people who have succeeded in their life and keep them as your role model for completing your task in a dignified way. I mean, in a dignified way, such as desire to do something, love of someone, or need for money. So finally, the abrupt definition for self motivation is the ability to motivate yourself. Self motivation is an important skill for each and everyone who are surviving in this competitive world. Then we move to the another slide, that is, the title is once again self motivation. So here I have given you 3 points. The force that drives you to do things. And the second point, turning your shoots into must. Motivation is what pushes us to achieve our goals, feel more fulfilled, and improve our overall quality of life. As I explained you already, so let's move to the another slide, that is the elements of self motivation. So what are all the elements should be required for your self motivation? The first one is personal drive to achieve. Second one is commitment to goals. Third one is initiative. Fourth one is optimism or resilience. So among the four elements, we go with the first element, that is personal drive to achieve. So in the first element, a personal drive to achieve, personal drive, which is called your ambition, or permanent or personal empowerment. It is also worth thinking about it is terms of mindset. So there are two types of mindset. One is fixed mindset and another one growth mindset. So let's see one by one. Fixed mindset. It is fixed mindset believe that talent is ingrained and we cannot change our level of ability. But in growth mind, that I mean represents or believes that they can improve their skills through hard work and efforts. These are the difference between fixed and growth mindset. Then next we move to commitment to goals. So commitments should be required always to prove our ability or our potential in order to achieve our goals without any obstacles, or even if you face any obstacles, that has to be eradicated through your self motivation. So commitment to goals, this is considerable evidence, or it is called as goal settings, and important to our general well-being. So it is very important for our general well-being, there is no doubt. So commitment to goals, which is always an essential one, I mean one of the elements of self-motivation. Then next one is initiative. So initiation is very important. So whatever the work you like to do, or whatever the task you have to take, the initiate I mean the initiation is very very important. So without initiation, or like without initiate, we cannot move further to achieve our goal. So initiative is effectively the ability to take advantage of opportunities when they occur. So once if you initiate, then you'll be getting a lot of opportunities in order to continue the same initiative for further proceedings. Then initiative can be considered as a combination of courage and good risk management. Definitely. So initiator, which it is being combined or with the combination of courage and risk. So if you have the courage and risk management skill, then you can initiate. Whatever the skills or whatever the ability which is required to complete your goal. Then you can feel or taste the honey. The success. Then the last elements of the slide is optimism or resilience. So, optimism and resilience. It is a kind of ability to look on the bright side or think positively. So, optimism, it is being entitled as the bright side. Think positively. So whenever you are getting frustration, or you are getting some hurdles or any problems, you just think positively how to overcome your problems, and further how to march past towards your success. Your goal. That is the prime motive of each and every person who is called himself or herself like self-motivated personality. So optimism is like that. Then resilience represents keep positive in the face of challenges. So you just keep always the positive mindset in order to face the challenge. So challenge which is always required to prove your efficiency, or you just commit yourself to prove your efficiency that I am the best, or I am one of the best persons in this world. Likewise, you just prove along with the the resilience, the optimism and resilience, the elements. So now we have so far we have completed the four elements in the slide. Then next we move with another one, that is types of motivators. So as I told you that self motivation and motivation. So motivation similarly, it may be called like motivators, or it may be called as like extrinsic. Then self motivators are the self motivation which is called like intrinsic. So the types of motivators here, intrinsic and extrinsic. So as I told you that there are two types of motivators. So in intrinsic, related to what we want to do, to perform a task based on the expected satisfaction of performing. It includes having fun, being interested, and personal challenge. That is intrinsic. So intrinsic, it is called, one of the, or it is being considered as one of the types, right? And next we move with extrinsic. So related to what we have to do to perform a task in order to attain some sort of external some sort of external reward, including money, power, and good grades. So it is different, different people are motivated by different things and at different time in their lives. So the types of motivators, categorized as intrinsic and extrinsic. Now let's move with another slide, that is psychology of self motivation. So here I given you the wonderful picture for for the term psychology of self motivation. So why do so many people find themselves lagging motivation? The strength to learn how to self motivate all comes down to your psychology. So first, clearly you must know that what is needed. First of all, you should know what is needed. Second, you think of reason why you want to succeed. So first you have to think that what you need or what you want. Then the second thing is why you want to get the success. So that is the psychology of self motivation. So psychology of self motivation, you are in the position to get the success, or you are in the position to achieve the success along with your personal spirit, that is self motivation, or personal property, or the best medicine is called as self motivation. So that is the psychology of self motivation, my dear students. Then next we move with another one, self motivation techniques. Before going to see the techniques, here I have given you the picture that I cannot do it. It is like negative attitude. So you just cut the term not. I cannot, it should be converted as I can do it. So as I told you that thousands of shoulds will be converted, or it should be converted as lakhs of must. So that is commitment. I can do it. That is your commitment. Now come back to the session, that is techniques. So self motivation techniques. Here I have given you some techniques. Now let's see. The techniques are: create empowering beliefs, learn better time management strategies, create a massive action plan, look to the success of others, use the power of music, schedule outdoors time, banish multitasking, get moving, visualize your self motivation, and focus on gratitude. Now, let's see the techniques one by one. First, we go with create empowering beliefs. The only limitations in our lives are the ones we put on ourselves. If you do not have self motivation, it comes down to a simple reason. You don't see yourself as self motivated person. Change your negative beliefs into positive ones by changing your mind and altering your self task or self talk. I mean, you just convert all your negative beliefs into positive beliefs for empowering your ability to achieve your goal along with your self motivation. Then next we move with second technique, that is learn better time management strategies. So sometimes the key to self motivation is having the necessary tools and strategies under your belt. How are you managing your time? Find the ways to stop procrastinating and start making progress. So in this point, learn better time management strategies. So time management strategies, which is always which are required for encouraging yourself for achieving your goals. So that is the second technique. Then the third one is create a massive action plan. So how to self motivate can be as simple as writing down what it is you want, identifying your purpose behind it, and creating a series of steps to help you, reach your goals. So create a massive action plan. So what's your action plan for achieving your goal? So for that, you just do some assignments or do some work in the name of blueprint and all in order to achieve the goal. Your goal. Then next, the next technique is look to the success of others. So look to the success of others. Turning to inspirational quotes for motivation or looking forward a mentor for advice can help you on your path to success. So sometimes we may require some mentors or like advisor in order to lead us I mean, for achieving our goal without any confusion or hesitation or obstacles. So, read more about the famous role models, whether it is like biography or autobiography, whatever it may be. So, read more about the famous role models or leaders you look up to, and see how they utilize self motivation, and you just extract, I mean, the essential theme or essence, that is how they were motivated themselves. That is called like look to the success of others. So without, I mean, the motivation, they couldn't achieve their success or get their success, I mean, in their respective field. So it is very important. And next one, use the power of music. So use the power of music. It is very very important one. So use the power of music. Our brains are hardwired to respond to music. Tapping into the types of beats and rhythms that boost your mind means mood and energy levels is a great way to get yourself out of pathetic and frustration. So, the power of music, which passes the way to relax and motivate yourself for flying like a butterfly. So, better you just listen some music for getting self motivation, in order to I mean, in order to forward yourself to achieve your goal. So use some powerful music for enhancing your self motivation. Then the next one is schedule outdoors time. So schedule outdoor time, I mean outdoors time. Even the most energized people will eventually get a rundown if they spend too much time in cramped spaces with artificial light. When trying to learn how to self motivate and reach your goals, do not make a mistake. I mean, do not make the mistake of burning the midnight oil. And getting outside and spending time in nature every day is a perfect way to take a break and boost the energy level. So better we just schedule sometimes in the outdoors for getting some refreshment. And it's a best what we can see, it is a kind of perfect way to take a break and boost your energy. I mean, your energy in the sense like self motivation, and moreover, which will be given you some relaxation and for further proceedings. The next one is banish multitasking. You may think that working on three different projects at the same time is the best way to get things done, and that your self motivation will soar when you can simultaneously check yourself multiple do's of your list. So that is wrong. I mean, you are wrong. So better you prefer only one task or one project, and you just give a full concentration over on the project, and you just find the remedial measures or whatever, I mean, the required information for the further completion, I mean, to complete your assignment within the time limit. So multitasking should be avoided, and you just give the focus while focus goes and energy flows. Then next one is get moving. So get moving. Self motivation becomes much easier when you are already in motion. It does not matter whether you are figuring out how to self motivate toward working out, tackling your task at work, or preparing for that big presentation. The more you move, the more energy will have. So get moving is an essential technique. And next we move to visualize your self motivation. Having trouble taking those steps toward a goal, try visualizing yourself as already active in that part of your life. When the goal is achieved, use this, I mean, a priming exercise first thing in the morning. When you do this, you bridge that gap from inaction to action for getting success. So visualize your self motivation always for making a bridge between inaction and action. So for that, we require self motivation always, and you just consider. Visualize your self motivation as priming exercise every day morning. Once if you wake up, in the morning, you just think, I can do it, I can achieve, I can do all kinds of work. In such a way, you just encourage yourself, motivate yourself. It's a kind of, a prime exercise. So normally we are doing some exercise in the morning. Along with that, or you just give the, prior importance to the first exercise is like, your self motivation. You just think yourself like, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. So that's why I given you the picture also here, which represents, or it is common for all kinds of techniques which I have given in this slide. So visualize your self motivation. It's very important. And another one, focus on gratitude. What do you mean focus on gratitude? It can be very difficult to learn how to self motivate when you get caught up in negativity. So focus on gratitude and adapt a positive mindset. Be thankful for all the good things in your life, and focus all things focus all things you wish you had. Stop comparing with others. Stop comparing yourself with others. It's an essential one, and this is the basic or fundamental skill for enhancing our self motivation. And understand that life is happening for you, not to you. So far we have seen the techniques for enhancing our self motivation. Then next we move with another slide, that is challenges of self motivation. So here self motivation is often difficult because it comes from you. If you do not take care of the underlying issues that keep you from the progress, and you can fall back on blaming others for your failures. So in some cases you can rely on external factors and friends for motivation, but at the end of the day you are the one who has to put in the work. So challenges of self motivation, which is always we have to face. There is no way. Then uh, in this slide, by digging deep and learning work about yourself, or learning more about yourself, what holds you back and what drives you forward, you can clear the path progress. So the best way to increase motivation is to power up our self motivation. You can light your own fire. So there is no way. You have to choose your own path. You should not follow others path, and you can light with your own fire only. We should not expect, someone will help us to light the fire and all. Better you just self motivate to light your light with your own fire. Choose your career with your own spirit, with your own self motivation. Then next, our slide is powerful ways to increase motivation. So what are all the ways to increase our motivation? The first way is increase motivation by simplifying. You just simplify your you just simplify your goal, or you just simplify your motivation for achieving your goal. So increase motivation by simplifying. Focus on your accomplishments. So I think it's enough explanation I have given you in this slide. Focus on your accomplishments. Set measurable goals. So you just set the goal with some measure, because that measure which always being considered as your success, or is that is your success. So set measurable goals. shift your motivation from getting to giving. So as I told you that better you prefer self motivation. Motivation is okay, but self motivation, which is always like uh, giving. So as I told you that thousands of shoulds will be converted as lakhs of must. So likewise, I just given you the point as shift your motivation from getting to giving. So you are advised to give your motivation, whereas you can get the motivation from others, but if you ask me, giving motivation, self motivation, which is always playing a prominent a role in our life. So the another one is create and repeat a new positive habit. So positive habit should be required, or it's I mean the powerful one of the powerful ways to increase your motivate I mean self motivation. So you just think positively, and you just collect a lot of positive strategies for creating new things to achieve your goal, and repeatedly you are advised to do that in order to overcome your laggings or whatever the obstacles while doing your assignment or work. Then the next one is increased gratitude boost motivation. As I explained you already, that increased gratitude boost motivation. That is, I can do it. You should not say I cannot do it and all. So think positively. Then increase your energy to increase motivation, and you are requested to be an energetic personality, and similarly it brings you more energy to your motivation. So it is physically and psychologically, both are connected with your attitude. So better increase your energy to increase your motivation. So these are all the powerful ways to increase your self motivation. And next, tips to increase motivation. Here I have given you some tips. The first tip is, what is self motivating you right now? Once again, I read that, what is, what's self motivating you right now? Then the second tip is, are you as inspired as you want to be? Are you as inspired as you want to be? Then third one is, would you be open to new experiences that can inspire you? Would you be open to new experiences that can inspire you? The next one is, are you continually learning new and better ways to live? To live. And then next one is, what things have you learned that you could put into practice? So whatever you learned, you just put into practice for the betterment of your career, or you'll be getting more benefits in the life. In the working place. Then next one is, do you want to be more motivated and inspired? So do you want to be more motivated and inspired? So you just you can say yourself like self motivated personality and self inspired personality. So do you want to be more motivated and inspired? So these are all the tips to increase your self motivation. And the next slide is, I think we come to the conclusion of our lecture, and so far we have come across to more information about self motivation, and uh, why it is playing a vital role in our day to day life, or how we can survive in this competitive world. Without self motivation, we will not be like a successful person. So, if you want to become like a successful person, you must be required self motivation. Whatever the frustrated mood, frustration, or like any difficult situation or circumstances, don't forget self motivation, which is always playing what we can say, a wonderful role for proving yourself like an effective or like a successful person in the life. So thank you very much.